Okay. Hi, everybody. Good morning. Good Tuesday morning. I'm finally sitting at my desk. I literally have done no lives at my desk because I haven't been able to have a good enough internet connection. And I have an Ethernet cable that is 25 feet long and almost long enough to get from my modem to my computer. So here I am. Anyway, I am grateful to be here with you. Happy Tuesday morning. Whether you are here live and you're jumping on for 30 seconds, watching the whole thing, or watching the replay, I so appreciate your attention because I know it's a precious resource, a sacred resource right now. And I'm just going to come into this space by doing a little shaking. So if you've been sitting at your desk already this morning and you just want to shake it off a little bit, just remind yourself that you're actually in a human body and not in a robot body. And let's just close our eyes and take an inhale and an exhale together before we get started. All right, here we go. Today, I'm talking about a huge shift that I had to make in becoming really good at asking for what I want. And I think it's a shift that most women have to make. And I think it is transformational and powerful. So I want to share it with you today. And it is the shift of looking at asking for what we want, asking for help and support, from being something that we will not do unless we need to do it, unless we have to do it, unless it's something that we cannot do on our own, to looking at asking for what we want, asking for help and support, inviting other people into our desires as being something that is not just a huge gift for us, because it makes the creating of our desired life less stressful, easier, more fun and joyful, and that when we invite people into our lives in that way, with asking for help, inviting support, we actually deepen intimately the connections of the people around us. It is such a new way of looking at asking. It removes this feeling that asking for help is just transactional, or asking for what we want is transactional. Like I say something and you either say yes or no and it's done. To seeing it as a way of building relationship, building community, deepening connection, deepening intimacy, and that when we invite other people into our desires, they actually can make it fucking better than we ever imagined. Sit with that for a moment. That's a good one. Okay. If you're like me, when you grew up, you're like told that you're an independent woman. You can do anything that you want. I remember guidance counselors in high school. They're like, women can like be astronauts and scientists. And we're like, we can be astronauts and scientists. And we grew up with this idea of the independent woman. The independent woman does everything. She's so capable. She does everything on her own. And for most of my life, especially when I got into marriage and motherhood, and I had other things that I was dealing with, like being resentful and being disappointed and dealing with all the feels that comes with those roles, I would still do it. Like, I will do this all myself. I'm not going to ask for help. I can do it myself. And it took a real shift in my philosophy to bring me into a space where it became effortless, and it became a way of life to constantly be asking for what I want, and to be constantly inviting and proposing people, including my partner, in my case, my husband, to like be collaborators in my desires, the life that I want. So here's what I propose. What if we were to look at asking for what we want, not as something that we need to do, but that's something that we get to do, something that we choose to do. Here's what I mean. You have lots of things in your life that you are fully capable of doing on your own. And And I'm sure there's tons of things that you are doing on your own, like little desires that you have, goals that you have that you are tending to, like you're tending to the precious little flames all on your own. And for the most part, that might be perfectly fine. And I'm going to invite you to consider what it would be like to not do it on your own. What would it be like? What would be possible? What would be possible? And here's the example that I've chosen for today's class. Okay, so say you want to start running. Okay, so you're going to start a running practice. You're like going to get up early in the morning and you're going to run Monday to Friday. And it's about you being committed to something. It's about recharging your energy. It's about getting in shape, healthy heart. It's about all this stuff. And it's this desire. And you're going to lay out your clothes at night and you're going to set your alarm, and maybe you're going to set the coffee machine, and you're going to, like, if you have kids, maybe you're going to set out the stuff that kids are going to have for breakfast, and you got it down. You know what? You can do it all on your own. You're perfectly capable. What would it be like to ask for help and support? What could you ask for? What could we experiment with? Let's just brainstorm. Okay, so you could ask your partner to wake up the kids from Monday to Friday. So you get to spend more time running and you have some time to stretch afterwards. You could ask your kids to set out their breakfast the night before. So if anybody's late, you don't even have to think about it or worry about it. You could ask your partner to make sure that you wake up. And if they hear the alarm go off and you don't stir, like to give you a little elbow. You could ask your kids to give you a high five the moment that they wake up if you've done your run. You could ask your eldest sibling to go online and to research the best pair of running shoes that you should get. Like for your injuries, maybe you've got hip injuries, knee injuries, for the surface that you're going to be running on, for maybe the brand of shoes that you like. And then you could ask your parents to buy you those very special running shoes for your birthday. In fact, you could ask friends who are coming to a birthday party to get you tons of running stuff. That's what you want to do for your party, like the running tights and the cool shirts. You could ask your neighbors to leave their porch lights on, because when you wake up in the morning and in the winter and the fall, it's kind of dark and you want it to feel a bit safer. You could ask somebody in the neighborhood if they know of any running groups. I just moved to a new place. I don't know if there's any running groups, so that's something that I could do. I could ask somebody that I see running in my neighborhood if they could tell me some good paths to run along. I could ask my friend who has a friend who's a serious runner what books they recommend, if they have running training videos that they recommend. I could ask my friend to book off the weekend that I'm going to be running that 5K that I signed up for, and come down and support me. I could ask my partner to take me out for a special celebratory dinner after my 30 days of running, my first 30 days of running. I could ask a friend to call me every Friday and to just give me like a celebratory hands up because I've done a week of running. And maybe she has something that she's doing and we celebrate together. Do you see what's happening here? Do I need any of this stuff? No. Fine running on my own. I'm just going to get up, I'm going to put the clothes on, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to carry this little flame on my own. But wouldn't it be fun if some of those things came true? That actually I'm not carrying the flame on my own, that I'm sharing my desire with other people, and that I'm allowing other people to shine. So you know what it feels like for my eldest child to go online and research the perfect running shoe for me? Loving it. Do you know what it feels like for my friend who can connect me with a friend who is a huge runner? Do you know what it's like for that runner to be like, oh man, I've been waiting for somebody. Yes, let me tell you all the running books that I recommend. This is the movie that you gotta watch. Do you know what it's like for my partner to have very specific ways? In my case, where he can support me in my desire. Do you know what it's like for my kids to be like high-fiving me every day because I went for my run? So this is the beautiful thing that happens when we invite other people into our desires. They get to shine. We get to juice them up. And we have this deeper connection. And then here's the other cool thing that happens, okay? So the friend, I'm like, can you just come down? This is my 5K and I would love for you to be at the finish line. And she's like, girl, I am so there. And you know what she does? Because she's awesome. She says, you know what I think we should do the weekend that you have the 5K? Let's make it a girls' weekend. I'm going to get a bunch of girls together. We're all going to go to your race and then we'll go out to dinner and then maybe we'll like spend the next day at the beach. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I would never have thought of that. I could never even have dreamed that that was possible. It is almost too awesome for me to comprehend. And I have experienced what it's like to invite other people into my desire, to ask for what I want, and have somebody take it even higher. It's so good. So here's my invitation to you. If you have something in your life right now that you are doing, it's like a little desire that you are tending the flame to, right? Or it's something that you want to start. I'm pretty sure that you're totally capable of doing it on your own. And probably that's how you're proceeding because we're so well trained to do that. You're like, I got this. I know what to do. I want you to have fun. So you could set a timer for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or you could say, I'm just going to write down 30 and I want you to use this prompt. I could ask. I could ask my partner for this. I could ask my sister for this. I could ask my neighbor for this. I could ask my kids for this. I could ask my brother for this. I could ask my parent and go, go, go. And here are the rules. Don't let your brain fuck with you. Your brain is going to be like, could you really ask for that? Would they say yes? I don't even want to put this down because I don't want to ask for it. The cool thing is you don't have to ask for a damn thing. This is playtime. This is playtime. What could you ask for? What could you ask for? The sky is the limit. And after you finish your time, 5 or 10 minutes, or you've done your 30 prompts, just look at it and allow yourself to be in this space of possibility, knowing that yes, you can do it all on your own. And also, what could be possible if you asked for what you wanted from other people, which is really inviting them into your desire. You're not asking for permission. You're not asking because you can't do it on your own. You're asking because it's nourishing for you and it's deeply nourishing for the relationships around you. And then you might see something on that list where you think, oh, okay, I could ask for that. I could ask for that. That would be really fun, actually. And then if you want to, ask for it. This is part of the practice of asking for what we want. So I have two pieces of news that I want to share with you. And if you do this experiment, I would love for you to share it with me. I would love to know what happened. Even if you just did the list and looked at it and you're like, crumbled it up, and you're like, I'm good to do it on my own. I want to hear everything. My next start date for my 8-week course in how to ask for what you want is in September. And I'm going to be talking about that later. And I am hosting a free mistress class on Thursday, July 22nd, next Thursday, 11 a.m. ET. And a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is a very powerful way to shift the way that we look at asking. To move from asking for permission, asking only if we need to, asking as a last resort, as a last resort, to what is actually more gloriously possible when I ask, when I invite, when I propose for myself and the people around me. I'm going to add the link below to register for that class. It's free, but you do have to register for it. And I invite you to practice. I invite you to practice asking for what you want from everyone. I know for those of us in relationships, sometimes the relationship piece in that particular partnership can feel high stakes. So just practice asking low stakes. Ask your neighbor to borrow a shovel for your garden. Ask a stranger if you can cut a hedge. Ask your kids to do something for you. Ask someone to send you their book recommendation, like somebody you know who's a great reader. Like, what book are you reading right now? Just practice asking, asking, asking. It is something that is transformational and incredibly powerful. And I can't wait to share more with you. Okay, my pleasure to be here. Thank you for being here. Have an awesome day. Let me know what you thought. What's one word that you're thinking of coming out of this? What is one thing that you would like to try? What is one thing that you resonated with you? So my pleasure to be with you. Happy Tuesday, and I'll see you later.